Maximum warfare everywhere, all the time, in connection with the redistricting battle that Republicans launched. I stand by it. You can continue to criticize me for it. I don't give a damn about your criticism.
A few moments later.
Got some more breaking news. This just handed down moments ago from the Virginia State Supreme Court ruling the process to redraw that state's congressional maps is unconstitutional. They had a referendum on this statewide. Shannon Bream is here to join Instant Reaction. Shannon, welcome to our coverage. Good day to you. A couple of things here just come to mind. Barack Obama was out there campaigning to make sure people were into this issue and would get out. It passed, but not by a lot, but it did pass. And it would have effectively, Democrats believe, made it 10-1 Democrats to Republicans. I think the current figuration is 6-5.
Right.
So this is thrown out. Is that the end of the line for now, Shannon?
It sounds like it, because this was an issue of the Virginia Constitution. It was a state law issue, and critics of this referendum have said from the beginning that Democrats were on thin ice because they did not follow procedures as outlined by state law and state constitution. And what the court ended up saying here is that violation irreparably undermined the integrity of the entire voting referendum, said it makes it null and void. And for that reason, they say the congressional district maps issued by the court in 2021, the old maps are the ones that they've got to use for the upcoming congressional election. Now, this was a state matter. Virginia's Supreme Court, the highest court in that state, it's a Commonwealth, they'll remind you, made this decision. Now, it's not out of the realm of possibility that challengers to this decision.
How about stop taking our voting rights away?
Yeah, how about that?
How about that?
Yes, if you have been following this channel, you realize I posted something like this similar a few hours ago. At some point, I had to take down that video. If you take a look at this, Hakeem Jeffrey is melting down after burning $40 million from his Democrat nonprofit on Virginia redistricting. That is $40 million less that Democrats have on hand to retake the House in November. Temo Obama says he will be attempting to overturn the Supreme Court shocking decision. He actually released a lengthy statement on X after this. I don't know why these people actually think they are above everyone. He's now attempting to overturn the Supreme Court decisions, according to the statement he released.
Frankly.
Yeah, I mean, look, so Republicans are celebrating this as one might expect. Essentially, they say that they're now on offense, that according to the Republican chairman of the House campaign arm, Richard Hudson of North Carolina. But the question then becomes, and I think Fallon was getting at this, is that this is now the 2026, we're getting close to the end of what the redistricting shuffle will look like. 2028, though, imagine the floodgates opening, because you can see various states on both sides trying this again. New York, for example, maybe Virginia will give it another go. The list goes on. And the question is, I believe it was under the Rucco case, does Congress step in to try to put guardrails on the redistricting fight? And right now, there's not the incentive structure to get that done on Capitol Hill, certainly not under President Donald Trump. The hope that I have heard from Democrats is that if they are going to fight back, if they are willing to fight back and go toe-to-toe with the Republicans on redistricting in some of these states, perhaps it will force both sides to wake up and say, okay, we have to do something to rein that in. That might be perhaps a little naive thinking, though.
Oh, this is wrong. We know it. We know that Virginia went to their citizens and asked them to cast their vote to see if they wanted to redistrict to get more seats for Democrats in the House. And Virginians answered. They said yes. Republicans got mad and said, no, we don't want to have that. They went to the courts. The courts blocked it. Now they're all the way at the Supreme Court. And baby, they have ruled that this is unconstitutional. When we've clearly seen this happen in Republican-led states, and it was practically fine. Texas did it. It was okay. Louisiana did it. It is okay. Other states are now doing it, and it's deemed okay. Now Virginia has lost 4 seats that they could have gained in the House. Now, you know, race KK members and Jim Crow lovers all used to say that the South will rise again. Is this what they meant? This is not about elections. This is about white people in the South making sure that black people have no voice. It is about white people in the South still feeling like black people should be second-class citizens. It is about white people who watched their grandfathers and their fathers celebrating the downfall of black people, telling black people where they could sit, where they could drink, where they could go to school, where they couldn't cross the street at. And now those white folks want their turn. I want y'all to remember something, that the people right now making these votes and making these choices in the South, most of them grew up in the Jim Crow era. And the reason they were so excited for Wigzaro is because this is the era he wanted to go back to. Before black people had civil rights, before we could vote, before in the eyes of this government we mattered. We should have took them all out during Civil War. Then we have to worry about the good old boys.
It's so frustrating. Like, even just personally, I worked really hard on that campaign. I left because I am, you know. So the Virginia Supreme Court has struck down our new maps. Our new maps that we just voted on a few weeks ago were 10-1, like 10 blue districts to 1 red district. Our existing maps are 6-5. So we were trying to pick up about 4 seats. This is very annoying.
Well, we have some more.
Be realistic here. These people who spend time and money, putting into these, they are part of the problem. Taking a look at this, Virginia Democrat wasted $70 million on a 10D 1-hour redistricting map that was just nullified at the state Supreme Court. A huge blow to Democrats. They are trying to match Republicans in redistricting effort before the midterm. But the court today said Virginia Democrats rushed the process in no rules for constitutional amendment. This is a big setback for Virginia new Democratic Governor Abigail. During her governmental campaign, she said she did not favor redistricting, but once in office, she strongly supported the effort. Also, a major blow to House Democratic leadership. They are eager to catch up. To me, if I were a top Democrat right now, actually, I would stop all this, because this is almost the fifth they are losing every single day. Continue to put in money instead to keep that money to do other things. And then 2 weeks ago, Texas map upheld in court 5+ gov seat. Tennessee passes new map 1+ gov seat. Florida signed new map into law +4 gov seat. Virginia map overturned +gov seat. SCOTUS and race-based maps. That's +15 to 20 potential gov seat, right? If these people don't realize that it is over to them at this point, then I don't know what to say. I posted a similar video like this. I see a lot of people going up, especially black people. They are angry with this decision. It gets crazy to people who don't actually even understand what is going on. Someone posted this, and yet Virginians are still losers, having funded the unconstitutional effort and attempted legal defense. This is why individuals in government that facilitate unconstitutional actions by their respective government need to be held liable in some way. There is nothing to disincentivize it, and citizens pay a price no matter what. It acts backward. That is the truth.
So I have to say, you get caught in a moment, and you can't always.
Do it, Whoopi, do it.
The reason you don't see it is because I'm very careful when I yell at people now.
Questions about their temper.
Please always hip up the videos and share out. They highly recommend videos on this channel for people who ask me, why do you put on short videos at the end? That is for the white algorithm.
To live on the sidewalk.
Right. Spencer Pratt, who's running for mayor of Los Angeles.
Who's doing a great job.
Unable to laugh at him.
Inside, they started.
It'll be fun.
More access to the leader of the free world.
This week, which was the state of Virginia, they gerrymandered the state.
Redistricting. It's going to lose their congressional representation. How do you think?
Minutes until the first lady brought them back with her surprise statement last week.
How does this benefit?
I'm an actor.
Creative content.
Why are you not looking forward to the White House fight?
Well, it's kind of a gimmick.
I
have 300.
Well, I said democratic socialist.
I know, but